Good morning, everyone. I am on my way to the third wedding in 1 week, Baruch Hashem. And the opening words of this week's Torah portion is, "See, I've placed before you a blessing and a curse." God says we have a choice in life to follow His instructions, His commandments, which will lead to a life of blessing, or God forbid, the opposite. Now, the question is, the verse says, "See, I've placed before you a blessing and a curse." It should have said a blessing or a curse. It's free choice. You could choose the life of blessing or, God forbid, the opposite of blessing. Why doesn't it say a blessing or a curse? Why does it say a blessing and a curse? And one of the answers is that every blessing in life, if it's not treated properly, if it's not cherished, if it's not protected and preserved, the actual blessing could turn into a curse. As we see many times in life, a person may receive blessings of wealth or fame, and that can be their downfall. Or if God blesses you with finding your soulmate, but you don't make the marriage special, God forbid, you could ruin the blessing that God gave you, and the blessing can become a curse. But the opposite is also true. Sometimes you're faced with a challenge, with a setback, with a hardship in life that seems like it's a curse, but you have the willpower and the choice and the ability to transform the curse into a blessing. And therefore the verse says a blessing and a curse, because the blessing can turn into a curse, God forbid, and also the curse can turn into a blessing. You know, the Jewish agency in Israel, we're very proud that one of our members, Mark Wolf, is the chairman of the board of governance. But there's the chairman of the board, of the executive board, is a retired Israeli general whose name is Doron Almog. Doron Almog was a major general. He also received a Lifetime Achievement Award from Israel, the Prize of Israel, in 2016. And just last month, together with Mark Wolf, he was appointed as the chairman of the executive board. The story of Doron Almog was that after he got married, he had a child, and the child's name was Aaron. And Aaron was born severely, unfortunately, with severe autism. And Doron was devastated. Here he was, the strong, mighty, powerful Israeli general, and here he has a child who's severely disabled, unable to communicate and connect with the world around him. And he was struggling, having a very hard time accepting it. And then there was the raid of Entebbe in 1976, and he flew over, and that miraculous rescue where over 100 hostages were rescued from Entebbe. And as they were flying back, the hostages were singing and celebrating, and as they were singing, he heard the voice of his son, Aaron, within himself saying, "Dad, Abba, you'll fly thousands of miles to rescue strangers, hostages from Entebbe, from Uganda, but your own son is a hostage in his own body, living in your own home, and you won't rescue him?" And he says, as everyone was singing, he began to weep, because he knew the voice of his son was true and correct. He said when he came home, he decided to devote his life to freeing his son to the best of his ability. And not only did he go on to devote his life to helping his son, but he established an entire rehabilitation village in Israel for children with different, with autism or other mental disabilities or other handicaps, and has helped thousands and thousands of children through his rehabilitation center, Alei Negev, that he built. That's the story of taking a curse, taking a challenge, taking a hardship or a struggle and turning it into a blessing. And at the same time, making sure that if God gives us blessings, don't take them for granted. Appreciate your blessings, your relationships, your good fortune. Utilize it and celebrate it properly, and keep them as a constant blessing in your life. Have a wonderful day.